we have what I would consider headlining news about the brand Arrows in the world of RC. This is a tried and true and proven strong, very good brand that we have been promoting for years now, and there's a hidden truth behind the brand that not many people know about. Now in today's video, we're gonna fly this plane and show you how great it really is, but also talk about that dirty hidden secret. Let's go.
Sunshade.
Sunshade on a sunny day, made by yours truly. Okay, ready for takeoff?
Ready.
Here we go. So, there's a little bit of clarification that has to happen, but it is truth that everyone should know about. Now, first and foremost, I love this airplane. It flies on a 3S battery. It has flaps. I know, we're going to the other side, getting out of the sun. It has retracts. Here we go. Boom, retracts are up. This is one of the greatest T-28s that anyone should ever own. It's an amazing airplane, and I'm not here to talk bad about the product at all because I have sung praises about this T-28, the P-51, and various other planes sold by Arrows. But let's clear a couple things up because there's a lot that people don't know about Arrows. Arrows is a brand that I was told years ago made by a big company that everybody knows, FMS. If you take one of these planes and build it, you'll notice the build quality is very identical to FMS. In fact, one of the other biggest companies out there, FMS Factory, makes their stuff too. No need to really get on that tangent right now, but that's also, FMS makes a lot of airplanes is what I'm getting at. Hobby Zone was a company.
Hobbyzone.com.
Yes, not the company that made the Aeroscout. So this gets really confusing because it took me a while to straighten things out. Hobbyzone.com, Dan and Kathy, just a mom and pop hobby shop, owned, and actual Hobby Zone never went after them because they were just supporting the hobby and doing, you know, they were just a good hobby shop doing online sales and in-person sales, so they let it slide. Well,
but who came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't know.
I don't know either. So we won't get into those details either because there's a big point to this video. But I think that a little bit of clarification there was important for you guys to know. We were working with Kathy and Dan and promoting Arrows because they had exclusive rights to sell Arrows planes in the United States on hobbyzone.com.
At least that's what we understood.
That's what they told us, so
yes.
No reason not to believe them. I think that was the fact, the truth. And we loved it because it was something we could get behind. Mom and pop hobby shop, you can literally pick up the phone and call Dan and he will help you find your parts for your crashed plane or answer your questions or whatever. It doesn't get any better than that. That's
They were great.
Oh, amazing. And their affiliate program worked. So, you know, we might make 4 or 5% when you clicked our link and bought it. Guys, there were times when you got pumped about something, a video we did, maybe we sold 20 planes in a video, okay? So, or sometimes more actually, but
it supported a lot of American families.
Yes, really cool concept. Well, after a couple years working with Kathy and Dan, things went kind of quiet for about 2 months with very little reply. We didn't know what was going on. And we were told from them they planned on doing this for years because the getting was good, so why not? Then out of nowhere, I got a text from one of them that said, hey, we sold the company. Sorry I didn't tell you. Good luck. Bye. They retired. And that's okay. Good for them. It was a little dirty. I wish they'd have told us what was going on because we were really pushing Arrows hard. And at the time, we did a video for the Arrows, I want to say Technum. It was like the Cessna
right,
style.
Yeah. And there was a ton on back order.
Tons, like 100 on back order.
And it made us look really bad.
And people were just bombing our comments like, Nate, what's going on? They got my money, but I don't have the plane. It says it's on back order. Now it's not even on the website, but they have my money. So Kathy and Dan took that information. Look how many we can sell to FMS. And FMS was like, wow, that's amazing. We want that. So they bought them out. And then, you know, about a month later, that's when they told us. Now, when I reached out to FMS to say, hey guys, cool that you bought them, we'd like to still work together, you know, things are solid, let's keep this thing going. They were like, no, we don't own We definitely don't own arrows. I have no idea what you're talking about. But if you'd go to hobbyzone.com, the website looked way different. For some reason, it was like a mirrored image of FMS.com.
And FMS planes all of a sudden appeared on hobbyzone.com.
But someone from the new arrows or hobbyzone.com reached out that could barely speak any English, and they were like, hey, sailors, you are awesome. Let's keep this going. Here's a couple planes. So we showed it. We showed the planes, and for some reason, we were getting like 1% of the traffic that we used to get when Kathy and Dan owned it, which we know happens with websites. Big websites are absolutely killing anyone like us, our ability to make a dollar anyway. So FMS denied that numerous times. They denied that they bought it. Like, I have it in writing. They were like, no, I have no idea what you're talking. And I'm talking about one of the people that owns FMS. Like, we're talking high up on FMS. But it's funny because when they agreed to send a couple of the planes, Arrows planes, they came with FMS branded and labeled chargers.
For the first time ever.
For the first, what are you kidding? Like, how does, what? So that was like the definitive nail in the coffin that I needed to see, that they legit were sending FMS chargers. Like, okay, you can't lie through that. So the reason we wanted to jump out in front of the camera and talk about this is because for years, Abby and I have promoted Arrows brand as a mom and pop hobby shop, awesome company that you should support. And you're probably,
not that FMS is a bad company,
FMS
but it's
is a great company, but they're not Kathy and Dan.
Yeah, it's not a mom and pop hobby shop.
That's
so
it.
We've been meaning to make this video for a long time to correct all our past videos that at the time were very true, are no longer accurate anymore.
And I think that when these buyouts happen, I think the company should be transparent. They never made any kind of post like, congratulations, Kathy and Dan, on your retirement. We're happy to take this over. They tried to very sneakily make
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Well, Kathy and Dan were great. You could pick up the phone and talk to them. The person that we were dealing with after FMS secretly bought it, they couldn't speak a lick of English, honestly. So we're going to do a touch and go here. Guys, I'm telling you, I love this Trojan. It's just super balanced. It gives really long flight times, very high performance. This is a 3S battery, and we can just crank it around and do some really cool stuff with it. And if we're just talking and I'm cruising like I was, we can get like 12, 15-minute flights. So, like, can you believe this is a 3S battery? Isn't that insane?
I just lost you.
I mean, that's wild, right?
Yeah.
High visibility, it has flaps and retracts. The price is more than right. I love this airplane. And it is a shame because we need more Kathys and Dans. That's what I'm getting at. We need more people like them to step up and take charge of the hobby, because right now what we're seeing is too much of a straight up like monopoly within the hobby. And that, I mean, just there's no one left that does this. We got flight tests and stuff, but they're not doing an airplane quite like this. You know what I mean? Like, they have their very own unique thing going, and it's great. But it would be nice to see more exclusive rights with companies that actually make good things. I wish FMS would say, hey, we're going to split our company into 8 subcategories and give small businesses in America an opportunity to push it and brand it and market it and make it their own. Like, that's what they should be doing, because they're garbage at marketing their own stuff, in my opinion anyway. So, you know, they make good stuff, they're just bad at marketing and branding, and sometimes I think they hurt themselves. So yeah, this is just a video that needed to be made and talked about. Because,
oh my gosh, I'm getting attacked by a bug.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
You're okay.
Okay,
Let's
sorry.
do some half flaps and retracts and just try for a smooth landing. We have no wind or anything, so let's see if I'm okay on a little airplane. Oh yeah, nice. That's a good landing.
Tail's still up? Oh, and, no, it's, the tail never goes down. It's
no, it's tricycle. It's okay. It's okay.
I feel like it's been a while since we've flown tricycle.
Yeah, it's tricycle landing gear. They taxi well.
I was impressed.
Well, it was still impressive. Listen, a lot of my personal friends have bought this plane and love it. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. Just look at that. They even have a flap on that front tricycle. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? You can't find airplanes with that much feature. Look at that. flaps, I mean, it's all there. It flies so good. So many features for the least amount of money for a high performance airplane that exists. I just wish that the buyout process of hobbyzone.com, which had exclusive rights to arrows, was a bit smoother than what actually happened. And honestly, one reason we waited so long to get this information out to you guys is because this isn't normally what we do on our channel. We just like to show the product, is it good or is it bad. I don't really like to talk about companies or anything like that. But if you want us to start talking about more of this kind of stuff, I'm telling you, we can dish hard, because when you have a YouTube channel with 600,000 subscribers, you get not only companies that tell me stuff, like literally FMS has told me it's going to be a slow year for airplanes. I mean, that could be a whole video in and of itself, because I talked to one of the two people that own FMS, and they are very in the know and in the industry and in the hobby deep, because they make a lot of planes for a lot of companies. We also, even if it's not directly with the company, employees, we have so many people, other YouTubers, people that are just in the industry because they're good friends with YouTubers or good friends with someone that works at the company.
Disgruntled employees.
Disgruntled,
or ex-employees.
Yeah. Well, disgruntled current and disgruntled ex-employees have just hit us with a lot of information. And then you hear it from another source and you realize, wow, that's true, because it goes perfectly in line with what I heard from that employee. That's the one, we might not talk about companies per se, but we do talk about products as a product. Good, bad, problematic. A retract is not going up. An FMS integral blows into a million pieces. The giant Beaver airplane that's 2 meters long literally explodes on camera. Our helicopter, they're a very expensive Huey helicopter from a company that a lot of channels are afraid of, exploded on our channel. And here's the beautiful thing, when that stuff happens,
well, and it happened to another YouTuber, but they hit it. Yes,
and they told me themselves, I won't say who it is, but they told me themselves, yeah, the same thing happened with mine, but I wasn't about to release that video. Why? Well, I'm afraid they won't send me stuff anymore, Nate. They still send us stuff.
So be careful who you watch. Yeah.
I think the point of this video is, if you guys want us to have more videos like this about things that happen in the industry or certain products, we're pretty positive people for the most part, and so we just want to share positive experiences. That's what our channel has always been about. And I think a lot of times that's why people accused us in the past that we never say anything bad about products. I could crash an airplane and tell you, even if it was 100% its fault, I had fun before it crashed. There's still a lot of fun to be had with it. I don't like to lean heavily into negative things, and I don't want this video to be taken as a negative thing. I think it just should be truth, fact. This is what happened. And I feel so bad having not gotten this information out a little bit sooner to you guys, because for years we've told you arrows is hobbyzone.com, which is Kathy and Dan in the heart of America. And it hasn't been for a while. It's FMS. Something funny, Abby, I just noticed one reason why this looks so much like a McDonald's plane. They should not have done yellow on this, because that is straight up. That's the McDonald's arch. Why'd they do that?
I know.
That's so funny. If it was just black, it would not look like a McDonald's plane so bad. He kind of looks like an X-wing pilot in there, which love that airplane. But let us know in the comments. Did you like this video? And if you did, please leave a like. And do you want to see more stuff like this? Because we know a lot of things, and sometimes we just because you know it, you heard it, doesn't mean it's fact. But if I had to make some predictions, I think we're going to see a lot. There's already a lot changing behind the scenes that people don't know about, and I think we will see a lot more changing rapidly with some big hitters. But this is just my own personal opinion. I think that maybe it'd be something fun we could jump on live and talk to you guys about. I don't know, just let us know in the comments. If you like this airplane, I still think you should buy it, even though Kathy and Dan aren't running the show anymore. It's worth it. It's a great airplane. So again, that's not what this video is about. But there are people out there like me and Abby that where your money go matters. Even if you had a nugget of gold, of pure gold sitting out there that weighed more than all this combined for $10 and it was worth $100,000, there are good people in this world that wouldn't buy it if they knew that was the devil's gold. So there are companies that Abby and I refuse to support because we don't align morally with them. So there's that too. And I think that it's important for people to have the truth. That's what this video is. Share it, spread it, and let us know in the comments your thoughts on the subject too. I want to say a massive thanks to God for blessing us with the time to jump in front of the camera, to have this platform to use for greater good sometimes, and just for the day in general. I'm so thankful. I also want to say a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters. Because of your financial support to our channel through the years, we can jump in front of the camera and share truth and not have to be afraid of companies not sending us foam. So massive thanks to our Patreon supporters as well. We'll have another awesome airplane video popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.